Today is the 4th day of the 8th month in the 9th year of Channel Group, September 10, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and to parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천지인 참 부모님께 경배 바로. Let us recite 가중맹세.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
So good morning. For the opening prayer, may I request our sister, Miss Abby Han Hagupaas. Okay, so for our opening prayer, may I request our brother Charles Myungshin Gavaran.
All right, everyone, let's all close our eyes, bow our heads, and feel the presence of the parents and true parents. 사랑하시는 하나부모님, 숭배하신 존재인 자부모님 감사합니다, 사랑합니다. Our dearest, most loving Heavenly Parent and our victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, thank you so much, Heavenly Parents, for this great wonderful day, for this opportunity to wake up again this morning, Heavenly Parents, to greet you, to really, Heavenly Parents, do our best to make the most of this opportunity for us to grow our hearts, our mind, and also, Heavenly Parents, to learn more from this morning Hondoke. Heavenly Parents, we would like to represent you, Heavenly Parents, in each and every way today, and may you use us as your instrument to convey your words, your love, your guidance to you, Heavenly Parents, and our brothers and sisters who are here in our Zoom, Heavenly Parent. Thank you very much for always loving and guiding us. And may, Heavenly Parents, I pray for our loving True Mother, for True Mother's good health and good condition, for her guidance and protection, and success of all the activities and True Mother. We would like to pray, beloved parents, for the success of the Rally of Hope, the 7th Rally of Hope this coming Sunday, and the success of Philippine Christian leadership clergy, Heavenly Parents, and for all of our activities, Heavenly Parents, in this month. Heavenly Parents, we would like to lift everything up to you with humility and gratitude. Heavenly Parent, thank you very much for everything. Imo din malsum chukbok chongshim kajungise. Charles Mungshing Gabaran Eromoro, Kuki Drum Naida. Aju.
So next, let us all have our unison prayer. So thank you so much. So let us have our morning greetings. Good morning, Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning to all leaders, and good morning to all our brothers and sisters. So I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hiroto Gingan, and today I will be your MC for today. So for our Hondoke reading, may I request our Miss Reika Matoba.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. So today we're gonna have a reading from the book of Mother of Peace, a memoir by Mother Hak Ja Han Moon. Chapter 11, The Restoration of Canaan in Heaven and on Earth. Continuation. Meeting this challenge at the New York Madison Square Garden in July 2017, at Long Island's Nassau Coliseum in November 2018, and in Los Angeles and Las Vegas in April and June of 2019. The Family Federation and ACLC-sponsored blessing ceremonies and peace starts with the rallies of hope for the advancement of a unified world. In Los Angeles, inspired by not just ACLC, but by the youth of Los Angeles CARP, Bishop Noel Jones of the City of Refuge Church, a former mentor of U.S. President Barack Obama, testified that I am the Mother of Peace. Hak Ja Han Moon was specially sent to unite humankind. He announced to an audience of 5,000 as he invited all couples to receive the marriage blessing. At the end of the rally, the City of Refuge Church raised our Family Federation's flag. 6 months later, on October 31, 2019, in the Lotte Hotel in Seoul, Korea, some 700 clergy members, including 40 Americans and 400 Koreans, attended the inaugural ceremony of the Korean Clergy Leadership Conference, KCLC. Then on December 28, 2019, at the culmination of the 40-day Cosmic Canaan course of the first establishment of Chonilguk, clergy gathered from all over the world to establish the World Clergy Leadership Conference at the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, amid a crowd of 25,000 at the Peace Starts With Me rally. 400 American ministers were joined by more than 600 Christian ministers from 70 countries, including 160 pastors from South Korea and prominent members of the clergy from Japan, Latin America, Asia, and Africa. From Europe came ministers from the World Council of Churches, the world's largest council of Christians. In all, 1,000 Christian leaders united under the banner of a heavenly unified world. Centering on our Heavenly Parent, I am deeply grateful to heaven for the World Clergy Leadership Conference. Uniting Christianity was part of my resolution to bring True Father's work to its ultimate conclusion, and this was an important milestone in that providence. At that rally, Reverend Paula White, a spiritual advisor to U.S. President Donald Trump, spoke on the direction the United States should take for the sake of our Heavenly Parent. 6 Christian clergy representing the regions of the world then spoke. Among them were Archbishop George Augustus Stallings, representing America, KCLC co-chair Reverend Kim Soo-man, representing South Korea, and Prophet Samuel Radebe, representing Africa. We held 2 blessings in South Africa this year alone, said Prophet Radebe. In June, during a national blessing ceremony attended by more than 60,000 people, True Mother offered a prayer to liberate the young people who sacrificed their lives to fight against oppression and injustice. Following this, on December 7th, at the FNB Stadium in Johannesburg, we held a blessing ceremony for 2,000 on a continental scale and proclaimed Heavenly Africa. Africa is now a God-centered Africa. Bishop Noel Jones then testified, True Mother has given a special vision, not only to the American clergy, but to all of us, who can realize such a profound vision. On this foundation, I delivered my message. Christians should not have put their focus only on the second coming of Christ, but also on his bride, the only begotten daughter. Heaven chose the Korean people at this historical time and brought forth not just the birth of Father Moon in 1920, but the birth of Mother Moon, the only begotten daughter, in 1943. We must know that the blessing officiated today by the only begotten daughter, True Mother, is humanity's long-awaited dream of 6,000 years and the wish of our Heavenly Parent. As I uttered those words, I wept. The heart of all those in attendance felt those tears. At that event, many members of the clergy discarded their personal notions of our movement. I believe that heaven can accept this one minister's words to represent all Christianity through this event. I found that the rumors about the Unification Church are far from the truth. I realized that I have blocked my eyes and ears to the truth of this group, having heard it was cult or heretical. But when I listened to the introduction to the Family Federation, I received the powerful inspiration that without heaven's guidance, Reverend Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Chan Moon could not have carried out such miraculous work. Others share similar words. Now my religious views have changed. I feel like a newborn Christian. Why did I oppose them? I regret opposing them without truly knowing who they are. I have been touched. I know that the Unification Movement is doing the work of God, and from now on, I will sincerely help in their activities. I was moved by the realization that Dr. Hak Chan Moon is the only begotten daughter, and the promise to build the pure Garden of Eden through the principles of true family. My husband, Father Moon, and I love America with our whole hearts, and we live for its salvation. This love enabled us to endure years of criticism and persecution, including Father Moon's very unfair imprisonment, and offer it all for the sake of Heavenly Parent and humankind. Adieu.
So let us give a big round of applause to our Heavenly Parents and True Friends for these words. So thank you very much for this beautiful reading, Ms. Reika Matova. It's very timely, especially that we'll be having our PCLC, we're having a rally of hope. So thank you once again. So next, let us hear the 10 points of gratitude that will be given by our Miss Shaina Toyota. So let's give her a big round of applause.
Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and true parents, our respective leaders, their families, and our brothers and sisters. Now I will be going to give my 10 points of gratitude. First, I'm grateful for Heavenly Parents and true parents for all the love and blessings I'm receiving every day. Second, I'm grateful for my parents sending us to school, having access with internet, and attending class with my fellow best students. Third, I'm grateful that I can enjoy each day and having responsibilities to train myself. Fourth, I'm grateful for all hardworking people going frontline or working at their home, while me, I'm only doing my duties at home, school, and in Interior, and not even finishing all of my tasks. That's why I feel so much grateful for those our beloved parents and respected leaders working hard for the providence. And fifth, I'm grateful for my parents working hard for us and that I have a siblings that I can rely on to ask help. Six, for my very kind members and friends supporting me and understanding my situation, doing their best to help me, always updating me and response. Through them, whenever I feel down or upset of my responsibilities and goals I went to achieve, they gave me strength to keep moving forward. Seven, I'm grateful for my heavenly and true parents to my parents are allowing me to do the things I want to achieve and learn for my hobbies and passion, teaching me new things that can help for my future. Eight, I'm grateful that as a last year of junior high school in Sonoma, we achieved our goal to make a party list with fellow second gens. I'm so much grateful for them joining us despite of busy schedule we have now in activities. Whenever we win or lose, we will accept it and do our best. I'm so much grateful for our schoolmates supporting our party list. Nine, grateful for a new day and being alive for the good health. And lastly, I'm grateful to the parents and true parents for the guidance and protection we receive in each day. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for the heartfelt 10 points of gratitude. Let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much, Ms. Shaina Toyota. Okay, so to move on for our offering song or performances, it will be, may I invite the blessed children from the Peace Era of Antipolo, the Peaches. So let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
Hi everyone, we'll be singing God's Not Dead. Let love explode and bring the dead to life. And also go to see revolution somehow. Let love explode and bring the dead to life. And also go to bring revolution somehow.
Now I'm lost in your freedom. In this world I'll overcome.
God's not dead, surely a lot is living on the inside, rolling like a lion. God's not dead, surely a lot is living on the inside, rolling like a lion, roaring, it's roaring like a lion.
Pulverize and make the darkness hide. Fate is dead, I need a resurrection somehow.
I'm lost in your freedom. In this world out roaring like a lion,
roaring, it's roaring,
roaring like a lion.
it's roaring, it's roaring.
God's not dead. He's surely alive, alive. He is roaring inside of me. Even though I'm a sinner, a liar, I'm full of hypocrisy, He finds worth in unworthy to people like you and me. Now tell me that God's not dead. He's alive in my heart, in my bones, in my head. It is what He said. Just believe, believe, don't be easily deceived. Love everything you have and the things you will receive. My God, my Father, you stay here forever. You're the fireworks of my January and the gift of my December.
Of revival.
He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion.
Roaring, roaring, roaring like a lion. Roaring, roaring,
Roaring like a lion.
roaring like a lion.
Wow, what a very excellent performance. God's not dead, He's surely alive. So no matter where we are, wherever we are, God, our Heavenly Parent, is always together with us. So for more videos and performances of blessed children in the Philippines, you can hit the like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel named The Greater Good Entertainment. So please subscribe in the Blessed Children channel. So thank you very much. The pitches from the Blessed Children from Antipolo City. So now that we get inspired by the performance, we will be more inspired by receiving the words of our beloved Heavenly Parents and true parents. So please help me to welcome our very own national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halo. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, our brother Hiruto. Thank you very much for that really great performance. First, I would like to greet our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and true parents. To all our beloved leaders, Chandu families, the Central families, Lord brothers and sisters. Good morning to all of you. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much to our second generation in Antipolo for hosting today's morning devotion. Truly very inspiring song by the Dea Antipolo. Thank you also for the 10 points of gratitude offered to us by our sister Shaina Toyota. Thank you very much for that heartfelt 10 points of gratitude. I would like to welcome you once again for today's morning devotion. Today is our 7th day of the 640 day National Morning Devotion. This morning I will be sharing with you I'm going to continue with a topic in Book 8 in Chulsongyong. And so today I will going to share this topic entitled Finding the Original Path Through Denial. And so for several days we are discussing learning from true parents, from our fallen nature, how to eliminate our fallen nature, perfecting ourselves, finding the path to perfect ourselves through true love. So today, how to find the original path through denial. And let's begin. The true Father said, to purify all this enmity, we have to deny everything. In the course of restoration, that which you love most becomes your enemy. To men, women are the enemy, and to women, men are the enemy. Likewise, children are the enemy of parents, and parents are the enemy of children. Furthermore, the tribe is the entire family's enemy, and society is the tribe's enemy. All are enemies of one another. So to purify all this enmity in one fell swoop, we have to deny everything. So, in the course of restoration, we have to do the opposite in the course of restoration. So, Father is saying that in the course of restoration, everyone is enemy. That's why now we are working hard to, love, starting from our spouse, right? Our children, and then the society, our tribe. So Father said that we have to deny everything. So without denying, oneself, especially, then we cannot do this. So that's why self-denial is really the path. Father is saying that we need to go. So that's why now how can we build, ideal family is we have to really love our spouse, right? We have to love our children. To build an ideal community, we have to love, all the people in our community. To build an ideal tribe, so we have to love our tribe. So in this course of restoration, like everyone is enemy, but we have to love our enemy, right? So in order for us to realize God's original ideal and really complete everything in this course. So Father is saying, so to purify all this enmity in one fell swoop, we have to deny everything. So really self-denial. We have to really completely, deny ourselves. Without denying ourselves, then we cannot, do this. We cannot overcome. So this is the situation of human beings, especially in the course of restoration until we complete everything, right? So we have to really go this path. This is really the path that all of us must go. True Father said, we cannot ascend to heavenly kingdom if we have not experienced sorrow. The person cannot ascend to the heavenly kingdom if they have not experienced sorrow. Sorrow as deep as when losing one's family for position foundation. Until now, God has prolonged the providence over thousands of generations, hoping to build the four-position foundation. Even if we perform our filial duty to God for tens of thousands of years, we cannot raise our heads. We cannot escape from the fact that we are sinners among sinners. So that's why this is really important point. So all people wanted to go to kingdom of heaven. This is the desire of people, right? But Father is saying we cannot go to kingdom of heaven if we will not going to experience sorrow in our life. Many people, they avoid, the people doesn't want to be sad, to be lonely, to experience sorrow. People just wanted to be happy. Of course, this is the course of our life, but because of what happened, because we are fallen human beings, because of the fall, unless we pass through or experience sorrow, we cannot ascend to the kingdom of heaven. Father said we cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. That's why, when we examine the course of our life, joining our movement. So how many times, we have this kind of feeling? How many times we experience challenges, difficulty, and then this sorrowful experience? So this is necessary for us as fallen human beings. We cannot avoid this, right? If the fall didn't happen, then we don't need to experience this. But because of the fall, because of the failure of our first human ancestors, right? So all human beings need to experience sorrow. We cannot go to the kingdom of heaven without experiencing sorrow, Father said. And then even though we fulfill our filial duties, Father, even if we perform our filial duty, still we cannot raise our heads. So Father said we cannot escape from the fact that we are sinners of sinners, because our beginning is already wrong, right? From our first human ancestors. That's why from that point, so even though how much we try, kahit ano pa po ang gawin natin, even though we fulfill our filial duties, sabi ni Father, for tens of thousands of years, still we cannot raise our heads. So ibig sabihin, There's no reason for us to, to become proud that we accomplish things in the providence, right? So still, sabi ni Father, we cannot raise our heads. Why? Because still we cannot escape from the fact that we are sinners of sinners because of the wrong beginning that our first human ancestors have taken, right? That course, that path that they have taken from the very beginning, it's already wrong. That's why all of us who are the descendants of the fall, we cannot, raise our heads high to our heavenly parent. So it's still, even though we accomplish certain things, but it's still, right? We cannot, feel proud. But we have to always remember, sabi ni Father, we cannot, escape from the fact that we are sinners of sinners. That's why the only way for us to go to the kingdom of heaven, to ascend to the kingdom of heaven, is to, have the experiences of difficulties, challenges, experiences of sorrow in our life. That's why we cannot avoid this. Only through this, we can ascend to the kingdom of heaven, because of the fact that we are sinners of sinners. We are descendants of the fall. So this is very important for us. So that's why our life will be, a life dedicated to, offer to Heavenly Parent to accomplish continuously our responsibility. And then even though we have accomplished things, still, we always feel that it's not enough. This kind of feeling is very important for us. If we feel that we have accomplished many things in the providence, already long time we are working in the providence, this kind of feeling, this is not right. This is not the right attitude that we should have. We have to always remember, right? And then Father is saying that we cannot, even raise our heads high to our Heavenly Parent, because we cannot escape from the fact that we are descendants of the fall. We are sinners of sinners. So we will always feel that it's not enough. It's not enough. So this kind of attitude will going to help you overcome things, right? And really continue to move forward and really accomplish our responsibility. Aju? True Father said, we have to accomplish all this in one generation. So to enter heaven, we have to deny Satan's blood and turn back. We need purity, pure blood. So we must become filial children in a family grounded in pure love and pure lineage. However, we have not become such devoted children. Neither have we become patriots in the nation. In the family, we have to become pure children of filial piety, pure patriots, loyal saints, and loyal divine sons and daughters. We have failed to become sons and daughters who represent heaven and earth with the right of inheritance. So we have to accomplish all this in one generation. That's why, especially this time, already because of the foundation that we are standing in with our true mother now, really, we can actually accomplish everything in one generation. Father is telling us we have to become filial children to our parents, patriots to our nation, and then loyal sons, loyal saints, and loyal divine sons and daughters to our Heavenly Parent, to our true parents. So we can accomplish all this in one generation. That's why, as we are living in this time with our beloved true parents, if we unite fully with our beloved true mother now on earth, we could see the amazing miracle that is happening already. And then also we can, make miracle in our everyday life. So we can really become, filial children to our parents, patriots to our nation, and really loyal and divine sons and daughters to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. In one generation, we can do this if we unite with our beloved true mother. If we really strive to accomplish our responsibility in complete oneness with our true parents, with our beloved true mother, then we can accomplish everything. So Father said, we have to deny Satan's blood and turn back. So this is the most important. That's why the blessing, without eliminating Satan's blood in our veins, then we cannot really become filial children to our parents. We cannot be patriots to our nation. We cannot become divine sons and daughters to Heavenly Parent. That's why first we have to deny Satan's blood and turn back. We have to go back to our Heavenly Parent. We have to, really eliminate this fallen lineage. So we need purity, pure blood, sabi ni Father. So through the blessing, we can accomplish this. This is the first thing, right? To enter heaven. And then through this, once we receive the blessing, that's the beginning. And then we work harder, we strive, right? We live more for others, we sacrifice more. then we can become filial children of our parents, and then we can become patriots of our nation, and then finally we can become loyal saints and divine sons and daughters to our heavenly parent and true parents. So in one generation we can accomplish this. This is really the merit that we have now already. So centering on the foundations in the victories of our beloved true parents, now true fathers working both, true father and true mother now working in both physical and spiritual world. So that's why everything now is possible. It now depends on us, how we fulfill our responsibility, and then how we unite completely in mind and in heart, in complete oneness with our beloved true parents, with our true mother now. Then we can accomplish everything in one generation. Aju? Father said, we must reject self-centeredness. Self-centered societies have gone to ruin. The fall is about becoming self-conscious and placing oneself at the center. So we must reject self-centeredness. We have to deny ourselves and live for the greater whole. Thereafter, we will blossom. A plant emits fragrance only after it has received nutrients through its roots and leaves for a year and has blossomed flowers. Accordingly, God will seek us, and angels will come to protect us when we become fragrant flowers in full bloom. People who live for the greater whole, So this is the wish of heaven and earth. That's why, what is really the most serious problem in this world? It's self-centeredness. We can see now, even the government is recognizing this now in the Philippines. Now we can see, if you are connected to PTV, you can, in their social media, if you are a follower, you can see all the posts now. We can see now, even government officials now are talking about how can we really solve this problem of corruption. We cannot just easily solve this without changing the values of people. So now people now are coming to recognize what is really the major problem. Even how much you make system very well, sometimes we are thinking it's because of the system. Even how much we make system very well, if people are self-centered, we cannot change things, right? We cannot really build beautiful, society if people are always self-centered. That's why really the most serious problem is self-centeredness. Self-centeredness is the problem. That's why Father is saying we have to reject self-centeredness. What is bringing problems to individual, to the family, to the society, to the nation, to the world? It is self-centeredness. This is the most serious problem. That's why Father is telling us we have to reject self-centeredness. That's why living for others, sacrificing for others, this is the only way. This is the only weapon to defeat self-centeredness. We have to live our lives for the sake of others, sacrifice for the sake of others. How to make this substantial in the family? You have to live for the sake of your spouse, for the sake of your children, right? That's why what happens now, divorce rate increase continuously. Why? Because people are self-centered. They cannot live for the sake of the spouse. That's why what happens? Families are breaking down, right? So parents and children also. So this is the reality. So if the problem is very serious in the family, how can we solve the problem in the society? How can we solve the problem in the nation, in the world? So really the most serious problem is self-centeredness. That's why Father is telling us we must reject self-centeredness. Aju? So true parents is really teaching us substantially what to do, how to realize kingdom of heaven. So unless people, will going to know this, unless people in the society, in the government are ignorant about this, we cannot really, realize, beautiful society. A society where people can live in joy and in happiness, right? That's why now, really, even government officials now, they're coming to recognize now. Really, we are now in the final stage of the providence. Everything now is coming to, very clear to everyone what is really the real problem. So as long as people are self-centered, and then as long as people just focus on external things to solve this problem, if they will not going to cling to God, to cling to Heavenly Parent, right? All these problems cannot be solved. So self-centeredness also cannot just be solved on our own. we need Heavenly Parent. We need true parents. We need this everyday guidance of true parents. We need the Word, right? Without this, even how much we try on our own power, we cannot overcome self-centeredness. We cannot resolve this problem on our own. That's why absolutely humanity needs God. Humanity needs Heavenly Parent. That's why True Mother now is organizing all these events to introduce Heavenly Parent to humanity. Once again, right? So people needs to cling to Heavenly Parent. All people in all sectors of society, whether in the politics, every sector of society, everyone needs to recognize Heavenly Parent. The only way to overcome self-centeredness is to cling to Heavenly Parent. Aju? So this is the wish of heaven and earth, Father said. So God will seek us and angels will come to protect us when we become fragrant flowers in full bloom. People who live for the greater whole. This is the only way that God can come to us, that angels can protect us when human beings live for the greater whole, live for the sake of others. This is the wish of heaven and earth. And then through this, we can eliminate self-centeredness. Aju? So the only way, sabi ni Father, like the plant, sabi ni Father, we have to deny ourselves and live for the greater whole. Thereafter, we will blossom. So a plant emits fragrance only after it has received nutrients through its roots and leaves for a year and has blossomed flowers. So the same is true. After human beings, will be in full bloom, that's the only way, that Heavenly Parent also, can come to us, angels can embrace us, and then that is the only way also that we can, give a fragrant. Human beings only can also give fragrant when human beings, overcome self-centeredness, and human beings could grow, could develop, and then God's love can be received, and then the protection of heaven can be received by human beings. That's why really we have to reject self-centeredness in our life. Still, we are on the way, on the process. That's why we have to have self-evaluation. Not other people will tell you how selfish you are, but we have to realize on our own. That's why through our education every day, we are learning every day from parents, guidance directly, then we can realize I'm still selfish. I'm still, I'm still far. So I need to work harder. I need to live more for others. I need to sacrifice more. I need to, sacrifice more for my spouse. I need to love more my spouse, my children, my brothers and sisters. So we have to realize this on our own. No one should tell you this one, right? So through our everyday life and, our everyday practice, through the guidance of true parents, we have to realize where we are now. Aju, and then invest more, put more effort. And then one day, we can really accomplish our responsibility only by overcoming self-centeredness. That's why this is the ones that bringing problems to the individual, to the family, to our society, to the nation, and to the world. That's why this is this most serious thing that we have to overcome. Aju, so True Parents is teaching us detail by detail, step by step, how to overcome this. Father said the best gift to God is being united in love. Do you have a gift that will delight God? Do you have a gift that when given to God will make him say, wow, thank you so much? When God visits you, can you present him with a gift of a pure family? If you are a couple, there's no better gift for God than he visits, than being united in love. So what kind of couple is this? It is not a couple where the partners live for themselves. Rather, it is a couple where the husband lives for the wife and the wife lives for the husband. God wishes to receive the gift of a family where the husband and wife are eternally united, where they are determined to revere the reproductive organs and to maintain that stands forever. So, what is the best gift, sabi ni Father, that we can give to God? So the best gift to God is being united in love, where the husband and wife are eternally united. So ito pala yung pinaka-best gift na mabigay natin kay Heavenly Parent. Really, if we can build ideal family, it will just natural lang po ang pag-expand niyan. If we build an ideal family, even without thinking of expansion, it will naturally expand. When you go out from, your family, kaya nga tayo, humanity is a big family. We are actually one family. If you build an ideal family centering on your own family, the small family, it will just naturally expand. It is like, a flower that's in full bloom, that, naturally it will share, it will naturally share. The same is true with happiness. Sinasabi natin, happiness. Naturally, if you're happy, you can spread happiness in the world. So, kaya nga, even without thinking about the society, about the nation, about the world, once we build an ideal family, completely, the couple is loving each other, parents and children, because we are, moving in a bigger community, naturally, wherever you go, if your family is filled with love, naturally, you can spread love everywhere you go. Aju, that's why what is the best gift, sabi ni Father dito, that you can give to Heavenly Parent? This is the gift of a united, husband and wife, a united family, centering on love. And then husband and wife really have built this eternal unity. Eternal unity. That's why we have to really work on how to build this family. That's why starting from the blessing, right? We join the matching and then receive the blessing. And then how can we really make this ideal family that can really resemble Heavenly Parent, resemble true parents? So if this family multiplies, then what will going to happen? Just in time, this world will completely be transformed. That's why very clear ang formula na ginagawa niyo na true parents. It's not only dialogue, gathering all leaders of people coming together in every sectors of the society. Yeah, this is good. We have to make them aware. We have to tell them, but ultimately, it's building ideal family. That's why our Heavenly Tribal Messiah movement, our True Family movement, as we transform one family at a time, then we are on the way to realize substantial kingdom of heaven. What we are doing now, we are on the way, realizing substantial kingdom of heaven. That's why this is the best gift, sabi ni Father, when husband and wife are united in love and eternally united, this is the best gift we can give. That's why if all families of Heavenly Parents Holy Community, that's why without solving the problem between husband and wife, parents and children, how can you solve the problem of your society? How can you solve the problem in your barangay? Right? Kaya nga sabi ni Mother Teresa, you have to go back and love your family. If you want peace, you have to go back and love your family. If there's peace in the family, naturally, peace in the society, in the nation, in the world. Aju? That's why sabi ni Father, this is the best gift now. So, we have to really, really live for the sake of our spouse. Husband needs to live for the sake of your wife. Wife needs to live for the sake of your husband. Parents need to live for the sake of your children. At the same way, children needs to live for the sake of your parents. Aju? That's why this way, this is the best gift that we can give to our Heavenly Parent. And then also when we have this, it will just be natural. It will just expand naturally. And naturally, kingdom of heaven will be realized. Many people are thinking about kingdom of heaven, kingdom of heaven, kingdom of heaven, how to realize kingdom of heaven. But what is the way? What is the path we need to go through? Only True Parents is teaching the path to realize substantial kingdom of heaven. Aju? Aju. So, that's why Father said this is the best gift that we can give to our Heavenly Parent. Our ideal families. Complete oneness of husband and wife, parents and children. And then, don't worry about the kingdom of heaven. It will just naturally come. Naturally expansion. Right? Because we are living in bigger society. Aju? That's why from our family to our tribe, then just in time, kingdom of heaven will really be realized on earth. Then all people can live, enjoy, in happiness and in complete oneness with our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Aju? Father said, they became children and related to God. So to manifest God in substance, Adam and Eve had to reach completion and give birth to children. Unfortunately, they became Satan's children. They became the archangel's children. They became children unrelated to God. This is why complete denial is needed. God cannot act as he wishes because the lineage was stained. This circumstance is like a bandit kidnapping a bride-to-be a few days before her wedding, taking her into his lair, living with her, and having her give birth to his sons and daughters, thereby forming a tribe. So what happens? It's tribe of Satan was formed on earth. And then society, nation, world directly under Satan was formed because of Adam and Eve. They completely became unrelated to God. So completely they were cut off. They became Satan's children. Right? So this is the reality of the fall. That's why, sabi ni Father, this is why complete denial is needed. Kaya tayo po ngayon, we have to completely deny. We have to really deny ourselves because this is the root where we came from. We are Satan's children. So we have to deny this fact that we are Satan's children because originally God is our parent. Right? So we have to completely deny. So all humanity, all human beings needs to go through this course. Right? So even God, God cannot act as he wishes. So even though God is most powerful, omnipotent, omniscient God, but he cannot act as he wishes because the lineage was stained. So this circumstance is like, a bandit kidnapping a bride-to-be a few days before her wedding. Can you imagine that situation? Taking her into his lair, living with her, and having her give birth to his sons and daughters, thereby forming a tribe of Satan. This is what happens because of the fall. That's why God cannot do anything because already the children is not in his lineage. Already Satan's lineage. This is the reality. This is the real situation. That's why humanity, the children of Satan, needs to completely deny themselves. So Father said, God is like a prisoner behind bars. So how miserable must the groom be as he witnesses all this? Even though we say that God is omniscient and omnipotent, he could not treat the archangel in any way he wished. If God could not kill the archangel, could he kill the children that carry the archangel's blood? This is why God is like a prisoner behind bars. It is as if he has been incarcerated. So, really we cannot understand God's situation because of the fall. Even though God is most powerful, but he cannot kill the archangel, and then instead also he cannot, just eliminate his children that he created. Can you imagine? So God is in a situation that he's like a prisoner behind bars. He cannot do anything. It is as if he has been incarcerated. This is the situation of Heavenly Parent. How miserable it is. We cannot imagine, we cannot really understand. Only true parents fully understood Heavenly Parents' really situation. That's why when true parents understood this, that's why despite all the challenges and difficulties, true parents could overcome everything because they started to understand God's miserable situation. Who among, the people that have lived in the past truly understood God's situation? No one. Only true parents. Only true parents is the one who revealed God's heart, God's situation, the truth behind the fall of Adam and Eve. So this is God's situation. How pitiful. Sometimes we are so much pitiful with our situation. Bakit palaging ganito ang situation ko? Bakit ganito na lang palagi? Ang malas naman, ganito, ganyan. But when we think about our Heavenly Parent, we cannot imagine God's situation. Even though he is the most powerful being, but he cannot do anything. Can you imagine that kind of situation? Because sometimes we experience also. We are in a situation that we cannot do anything. And then, you don't know what to do anymore. You cannot even think about properly when you are in that kind of situation. So this is the situation of our Heavenly Parent. So sometimes how can we just worry about our own situation if our Heavenly Parent is in this kind of situation? So before worrying about our situation, first we have to worry. And then how can we help Heavenly Parent? That's why true parents offered their entire life. Right? True parents sacrifice everything. Sacrifice their own family. work, in the worldwide scale in order to liberate our Heavenly Parent who is imprisoned. So when we start to understand this, so kahit ano pa po ang pinagdadaanan nating difficulties sa buhay natin ngayon, how can we compare this to Heavenly Parents' situation, right? So how can we help Heavenly Parent if we cannot just overcome our small difficulties as individual, in our own families, in our society now? How can we liberate Heavenly Parent? That's why true parents until this time, working so hard, investing every ounce of their energy. Our true mother now, how much true mother is investing everything, day and night. Maybe true mother cannot determine anymore if it's day or night. How, busy thinking and really working to liberate completely our Heavenly Parent, understanding seriously the situation of Heavenly Parent. Aju, that's why tayo rin, how can we understand Heavenly Parent's heart? How can we understand Heavenly Parent's situation? So through our true mother now, who is with us substantially, we can see, whenever we look at true mother, whenever she's speaking, how serious true mother's heart is, conveying to us God's heart. And then knowing, understanding that everything is urgent. Right? We are in that kind of situation. That's why it's really important for us to really understand as Heavenly Parents, as brothers and sisters under Heavenly Parents Holy Community. Heavenly Parents also relies on us. As we rely with Heavenly Parent and true parents, also they rely on us. That's why no matter what, we have to be victorious. Everybody without, anyone being left behind. Heavenly Parents, true parents wanted all of us to become victorious. Aju? So that's why Father said, water, air, and even light must not be able to penetrate. Unless we deny ourselves, we cannot return to the position of being the original raw materials of creation. There cannot be any flaws in the original raw materials. For you to settle in the family of original and ideal love, there should not be any cracks through which Satan can enter. Water, air, and even light must not be able to penetrate. How serious actually this word that Father is saying? Satan is always waiting for us to penetrate, destroy us as individuals, destroy our blessed families, destroy our society. This is what Satan is doing. He's waiting. So that's why sabi ni Father, unless we deny ourselves, we cannot return to the position of being the original raw materials of creation. So what we need to do is we have to go back to the position before the fall. That's why through the blessing, through this course that we are going through. But you know how serious this course that we are in. Sabi ni Father, there cannot be any flaws in the original raw materials. For you to settle in the family of original and ideal love, there should not be any cracks through which Satan can enter. Even water, air, and even light must not be able to penetrate. Can you imagine how serious this is? Ibig sabihin kahit konti lang po. Kasi nga, di ba yung boat, kahit gaano po kalaki yung barko, the ship, even how huge the ship is. Once the ship started to have even a small hole, and then water started to come. After some time, because of this small hole, this ship will going to sink. Even how huge this ship is. The same is true, sabi ni Father. Kaya nga sa ideal family, sa mga pamilya natin, we have to be really, husband and wife need to work together, the entire family. If there's small hole, Satan can come. Then, in time, that family will be broken. Sabi ni Father dito, even water, even air, and even light must not be able to penetrate. Ganun ka-serious. So, ibig sabihin, it should be really intact. That no, even air, even water, even light cannot enter, cannot penetrate. This is how serious. Sabi ni Father. So, completely, really, we need to deny ourselves so that we can reach this position in our own families. We can build this relationship, this husband and wife relationship, parents and children, really a family that is intact under Heavenly Parents' care and love. There shouldn't be any, even a small hole, even like a needle, size that water, air, and even light must not be able to penetrate. This is how serious it is. This is the reality. Because Satan is always finding ways. Kaya nga pag may nagkaroon ng kahit na maliit lang, Satan will come and then started to destroy things until families are will be break. This is the work of Satan. This is how serious it is. That's why sabi ni Father, we need to deny ourselves. We shouldn't have any thought of thinking of ourselves. Of course, it's really not easy. That's why with True Parents guidance every day, True Mother is with us. Your elders, our elders, your able figures na nag-guide sa inyo. Kaya nga po, pag wala tayong central figure sa ating family, alam niyo po kahit na blessed family na po tayo, still, we still have a lot of fallen natures. Sabi natin, anyway, blessed naman na ako. Direct na ako kay God. I pray in my name. It's not like that. This attitude will not bring you to victory. This kind of attitude. That's why everything depends on our attitude. Everything depends on our attitude. Kaya nga ang attitude po 100%. We have to always humble. We have to, deny ourselves. Kaya importante, we need to have, clear po ang alignment natin. Meron tayong clear na able figure. Importante po ito kahit na tayo po ay blessed family na. We need to have able figure. We cannot just talk directly to Heavenly Parent. We are not perfect yet. Pag perfect na po tayo, yun na po yung time. You don't need anybody. Kapag perfect na po tayo. But wala pa naman pong naka-reach ng perfection. That's why all of us. That's why really important. This is very serious. When pag tayo po kinain na tayo ng arrogance and then we feel that we can do anything and I have material things, I have all these things, I can stand on my own. This character, this attitude, this way of life will going to one day destroy our families. That's why we have to be very careful how Satan works. Of course, ibang era na po tayo ngayon. But still, hindi naman nagbabago po yung tradition. Tradition never changes. Still, kaya nga sabi ni True Mother, we need to go back to the early days of our church kasi parang naging commercialized na ang mga bagay-bagay. Nagkaroon ng advancement in science and technology. Then parang pati yung nawala na yung mga basic things. That's why we have to go back. Otherwise, many people will be taken away by Satan if we cannot go back to the original, to the early days of our church, where everything is very clear to us, right? That's why this is how serious it is, our situation. That's why, of course, it's really not easy. All of us, even I myself, I have many lapses and limitations, right? I need to work hard also, always, evaluate myself. Where am I? How am I, dealing with people, living with brothers and sisters? Still a lot of, work, a big work to be done. That's why, I also feel very sorry. I have so many limitations, cannot really embrace people, brothers and sisters, and then also, cannot even, through parents' words also, I cannot really explain well. I cannot really clearly emphasize to brothers and sisters. So still, I need to work harder in myself, right? And always, be aware and always evaluate every day, from the morning, until evening. I really need to check and really change and improve every day. Aju, my relationship to my wife, my children, brothers and sisters. So still really a big work to be done. But I'm really grateful because Heavenly Parent and True Parents. And then with the words of True Parents every day, we are guided. Aju. So if we determine and really completely unite with our Heavenly Parent and True Parents, we can be victorious. Everyone will become victorious. Aju, let's really do our best, help one another, and really work as really, as one family. And really, Satan has no way to come in. And truly, we can be able to really accomplish our responsibility. That's why our character, very important, bantayan natin palagi. And then Father said, really self-denial. We have to deny ourselves. And then through this, we can advance, we can grow, we can develop. And then finally, we will accomplish our responsibility and really make Heavenly Parents and True Parents proud of us. Aju, so let's continue to march forward as our True Mother is really leading us on earth. Aju, so let's really be victorious. So once again, let's really offer everything to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, again for this great guidance. And thank you very much, all brothers and sisters. Please always stay safe and healthy. And may Heavenly Parents' love and blessings be always upon you and your families. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, our French friends. Thank you to our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog, for delivering the words of this day with the title "Finding the Original Path Through Denial." So one more time, let's give our national leader a big round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. So to move on for our reflection, is there anyone who wanted to volunteer from the group here in this Zoom? Is there any volunteer? Okay, if none, I think we are going to welcome for our reflection. Please help me to welcome our sister, one of our blessed children here in Antipolo, Miss Hiroyo Nancy Granada. Let's welcome her with a big round of applause.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, leaders. Thank you very much, Reverend Leo, for this wonderful morning message for us. And for my reflection for this morning message is like a really wonderful message for this morning. And like we, true parents, true father, true mother, always remind us like how we should always sacrifice ourselves for other people. And then in this morning message, I remember again, like really each one of us really know I really need to suffer and really need to also experience sorrow and loneliness in our life. So we cannot learn, or we cannot proceed in our life without having experienced sorrow and loneliness, and also having suffered in our life. So yeah, and then yes, so a while ago, Reverend Leo also shared about self-centeredness. Also letting me realize this morning that really for us, of course, we know also how to live for the sake of others, but sometimes in our lives, like we have this fallen nature, like sometimes we think of ourselves first before other people. So like really this morning I realized again, and also I got reminded, like we should always think first of other people also. So like right now in our society, we could also witness like we witness like how other people treat other people's right because of their selfishness. People suffer around them, right? And then really for me, like even myself, I'm not fully like this selfless. So I want to learn to be really to devote myself to and sacrifice myself to other people. Talaga, it's like very important for us to have this mindset and to really always think for the better of other people. And then really in our surroundings, sometimes we cannot feel like, even though we don't have this we don't feel the heart of other people. Even some people don't accept you, but still you should still love them, because like true father and true mother always taught us like really loving our enemies. Even though they rejected you, we still need to love them, right? Yeah. So also in this message this morning, also about really true parents set an example to other people also through the blessing, like the international intercultural blessing. Really true parent, one of true parents biggest one of true parents biggest goal is really to attain world peace. And so through true blessing, this set an example to other people. It's like seeing other culture getting united with one another. Like with this talaga we could really set an example to other peoples, and then like through this, even little by little, it's like accomplishing like world peace, right? Even through our families, because with different nationalities and like that. And also really like I like this a while ago, the phrase that Reverend Leo shared to us, is the best gift to God is being united. Best gift to give to God is being united in love. It's really wonderful phrase. Parang it really struck my heart talaga, because what God really wants is the love from his children. And then what we could offer is only the love, right, to heavenly parents. And also what we could offer is our unity between other people around us, our family, our husband or wife, like that. That's the best thing we could offer to heavenly parents and also to parents. So like if even in our family, we should have this strong bond and unity with this with our love. We could, and with our unity with one another, we could offer this to parents, and also help through mother, right, in also the providence, if we are united with other people and if we understood other people like that. Yeah. So I hope that this morning we could really realize a lot of things. For me myself, I realized a lot of things with the words of true father and true parents. And then yes, I hope that we could unite ourselves with other people, with our family, and help through mother and the providence. That's all. Thank you.
So thank you very much, our Sister Hiroyo Nancy Granada, for your heartfelt reflection. Thank you very much, Sister Nancy. So for our reflection, please help me to welcome one of our sister, our blessed children here in Antipolo City. Please help me to welcome our Miss Satomi Granada. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
I'd like to thank Sir Leo for such wonderful message. Really like today's message. Like what struck me the most is like is the very first one. Like we must experience sorrow like that, because like it came to me again. Like yeah, we are not a perfect being. We have fallen nature, and we have done a lot of things that makes heavenly parents like sad like that, and through that, like it makes me think like we must experience like what heavenly parent, what God has experienced like throughout the years. Like how can we understand like his heart? Like it came to me like I cannot fully understand that. Maybe I did not think of like in his point of view, like us his children, like cannot understand him, like cannot fully know like all the things like have gone like for the thousands of years, like he have experienced, he have cried. We only think like some of us think like he's always happy, like all powerful or like that. Then like that's why this like came to me again, like we must not um forget that even God experienced sorrow. That's why we must not only think of ourselves, and that we must truly like in our daily life, we live for others, like our own self, our own body, like it's not only for us, because we are created for here, not for the sake of ourselves, but for the sake of others, for the sake of our family, and for heavenly parents like that. Like as we experience this in every suffering, like the suffering that we face, like it's not only lemon suffering, like because there comes to it like in the end, right? We also realize something, then this realization is what like help us to move forward, and what help us to feel closer to heavenly parents and true parents and like that. Yeah, that's why like in this, just from the very beginning, like in this message, like it's really like struck to me like what we must not forget, the feelings, what God has been feeling for over for a very very long time. Yeah, and also yeah, in the part like where we must like deny ourselves really, because like there are times like I cannot ano I hesitated like to think for other people like that, like there comes a time like I think only for myself, like thinking only for my own like happiness or like that I came to forget that there are many people around the world who are suffering. Like that's why in this like reading this part, like I must like came to deny more myself, like to stop thinking for myself only and to really be aware of the situation of other people, so that when it comes of time like you see people who are in need of help, then who you can help immediately, like you will be able to step forward, like help them like that. Then came like your way of thinking will also widen up like that, like you'll came to know their feelings, like yeah, like you will be able to understand one another, and that way you will be able like to feel love for them. Then that's a come that it will came naturally to you for you to be able like to help other people without even needing to think more about it, like you will just help them, like you'll like be able to make your heart beat like that. Yeah, that's why like our true parents, they themselves set the example for us by really helping many people around the world. Yeah, that's why we must really think not only ourselves but also others, and in this way we can make God, heavenly parents, happy by our action, by how we behave ourselves, and how we always remember that our lives, like our way of living our lives, is not only for ourselves, and that we this is like also a way for us like um to repent, because our for how many years people only think of themselves, like tend to forget that about heavenly parents, like they cannot understand fully well how we feel. Like this is also a way for us to show our love to God. Yeah, and yeah, that will be for my reflection. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, our sister Satomi Grace Granada, for this heartfelt reflection. So really, we felt that how much really we as young members, as Baptist children, also that we should really, really give our love to really unite ourselves. This is the very best gift to our heavenly parents. So we are so much grateful that we are so much grateful for our heavenly parents friends, our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo, for this wonderful message. And really hope that we could really, receive these words, not in our mind only, but with our heart, with our action. So thank you so much for these words for today. To proceed for our closing prayer, may I request our sister Abihan Hagopaas. Sorry. Okay, so before our closing, let us have our news and announcement.
Good morning to all our leaders, brothers, and sisters. Here are the news and announcement. This coming Saturday, September 11 at 1:50 p.m., the Asia Pacific Chonbo branch will hold its 11th Yeojong Chonbo online event. For all registered members, the Zoom ID and password will be sent to your emails. The Universal Peace Federation is pleased to invite you to attend the Asia Pacific Leadership Conference with the theme Providing Vision and Leadership for Nation Building and Peace. The APLC is an online conference that will run for 1 month. It will be a combination of live interaction, pre-recorded videos, and local follow-up. The opening session is on September 11 at 11 a.m. To register, click or open the link that appears on your screen. This coming Sunday, September 12 at 8:30 a.m. is the Rally of Hope Think Tank 2022 hosted by the Universal Peace Federation International. All members are encouraged to invite their families, friends, and relatives to watch. You can watch it live on PTB4 and PeaceLink. We also have live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. The Women's Federation for World Peace International invites everyone to join the Women's Federation for World Peace Perspective Women Entrepreneurship Webinar on September 11 at 9:30 p.m. WFWPIHQ is preparing for the General Assembly and WFWPI webinars for leaders, members, and guests on September 11 and 18. Consisting of 4 sessions, the 2-day event will feature educational and empowering panels with keynote speakers, entertainment, discussions on WFWP international and regional activities. To register, click or open the link that appears on your screen. The National Education Department will have its 4th batch of 7-day series Divine Principle Seminar that will run from September 11 to September 17 every 4:30 p.m. For registration, please contact Ms. Marvic Advincola.
Thank you very much for this news and announcement. So for our closing prayer, may I request our sister Abby Han Hagopaas.
Okay, good morning, elders, leaders, brothers, and sisters. Please join me in my prayer. 사랑하시는 하늘 부모님, 승리하신 진진 장부모님, 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. Our most beloved, lovely Heavenly Parents and victorious Parents of infinite mankind, thank you so much, Abaji, for this day that you have given to us, especially for all of the blessings that you showered upon us, for this the gift of life that we receive from you. And Abaji, we are truly thankful and grateful, Abaji, that we could still attend you in this morning, that we are still have a complete mind, complete body, Abaji, that could be used, Abaji, to fulfill our portion of responsibility for today. And Abaji, we are truly thankful and grateful also, Abaji, for your words and inspiration for today, that finding our true self through denial, Abaji, and we understand, Abaji, that we should not be self-centered, Abaji, that we should always think of you, that for 6,000 years, Abaji, you are always in sorrow, especially when our first ancestor fall, Adam and Eve, and when Jesus and our Lord Jesus Christ has been crucified, Abaji. But you're always in sorrow, you're always crying, Abaji, and that we could feel your heart for 6,000 years. That's why each and when true parents arrive here in physical earth, as a second generation, Abaji, as a second generation who understand your heart, we should we are always trying our best not to do mistake each and every day, but we are trying our best as well, Abaji, to liberate you, Abaji, through our actions, not just in words, Abaji, but through our actions. And Abaji, I am truly thankful and grateful as well, Abaji, for all of my brothers and sisters, for all of my elders, Abaji, for doing their mission, Abaji, despite of this COVID-19, Abaji, despite of this pandemic, that we realize, Abaji, that this is not a hindrance for us to stop, but this is this should be our motivation, Abaji, to really march forward, to continue to do our best, Abaji, not just for ourselves, but not just for ourselves to be entitled as a Cholbo family, but to do our best, Abaji, centering on you and centering for other people as well, for to restore other people, Abaji. And we are truly thankful, Abaji, that as we are here, Abaji, as a second generation with our parents, Abaji, who the first generation who sacrificed everything, that sacrificed their family, sent just for us to become a second generation in their sacrifices in the past. That um, so we are always thinking how we could also comfort our parents, how we could also um, how we could also help other people, Abuji, centering on true parents, centering on your will, centering on our true parents teaching, Abuji, and hope and praying, Abuji, that you could really um, continue to be guided by you and continue to really strive more, Abuji, each and every day, and praying for our brothers and sisters, good health, protection, and guidance each and every day, especially for this day that the cases here in um, Philippines are really increasing. Obviously, the cases of COVID-19. Many people died already because of this COVID-19. Obviously, that's why I pray obviously for their safety, their protection in the front line. As they are also doing their best to restore other people. Obviously, please protect them. Obviously, and again, I'm actually thankful and grateful for all of your protection, for all of your blessings that you showered upon us each and every day. And we are so sorry, Abuji, if we have lapses and shortcomings that we made um, throughout our past. And um, thank you again, Abuji. I would like to offer to you this prayer in behalf of my um, leaders, elders, brothers and sisters. In my name, Abigail Han, second generation, member of a blessed central family. Aju.
Thank you very much. Let us have our unison prayer. Thank you so much. So this will be the end of our morning devotion for today. Thank you very much to all of you and have a wonderful day to all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, NL.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good day.
Blessed morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.